Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast, coming to you exclusively from the Box Office Buzz 302 channel. I got my main man, Larry Loper. We had an incredible sports weekend again. Awesome. A standout individual player will lead off our show once again. Last week, it was a big deal that we started off with hockey. This week, we're going to start off with, you ready? Golf. That's right. Golf. As our main man, I said yours and mine. From Northern Ireland, Rory McIlroy. He completes the career Grand Slam by winning the Masters on Sunday, the final round. What a big deal. What a monumental moment. The weight has been taken off of his shoulders. Congratulations to Rory. It did not come easy.
Wow.
Just talking about what happened on Sunday. He had a 2-stroke lead over DeChambeau. DeChambeau is a rock star. You only see him on the majors because he is one of those guys that defectoed over to the live tournament league. There's two major golf organizations. There's PGA and the Live Tour, and a lot of big names like DeChambeau and Phil Mickelson. They went over to the Live Tour because they got guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
So now you only see a lot of those big names if they make the cut for the majors. So you only really see DeChambeau 4 times a year, but he's a rock star. He's walking through. He's giving the fist pumps to the crowd and stuff like that, where Rory is cold as ice. He's very Tiger Woods-esque. Facial expression doesn't change. Good shot, bad shot. I'm walking right through the crowd. I'm not touching no one, not anybody, okay? And Rory has the 2-stroke lead to start the final round. He hits a double bogey on the first hole, and DeChambeau birdies it. So after one hole, he's already behind. He went from a 2-stroke lead down 1 stroke behind in second place. But DeChambeau had a bad day. I wouldn't even say it was up and down. It was mediocre, down, mediocre, down. He had a bad day. So Rory was really competing with himself. He was up and down. Hit a bad shot, hit another bad shot, hit a good shot, hit another good shot. So it was good, bad, bad, good, bad, bad. Really kind of battling with himself. Couldn't get hot, but maintained, for the most part, shot par.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He bogeyed a little bit. He birdied a little bit, but for the most part, he shot par. When you got a big lead, that usually holds up, and DeChambeau kind of pooped the bed. So he had no competition there. However, Justin Rose, who was leading after Thursday's round 1, not so great Friday, not so great Saturday, but came on strong on Sunday. Super strong. And what happens is, if you're in the lead going into Sunday, you're teeing off last. So everybody else is starting before you. So Justin Rhodes finished his round about a half hour, 45 minutes before Rory was done with his. And Justin got in hot. And, he's practicing, like, just in case Rory doesn't, he had a 1-stroke lead with like 2 holes to play, and Justin was already done. Justin Rose was done. But Justin Rose, he's hitting the tee shots. He's practicing his putter just in case. And sure enough, the final hole, the 18th hole, Rory with a very makeable par putt misses it. Bogeys the 18th, sudden death playoff. And now Justin Rose is ready. He's hot. He's been practicing. Rory just blew it. And now they're going to play a hole. The first one who wins a hole wins. Justin bogey. No, he parred the hole. Rory birdied it.
Ooh.
Rory won, and you can just tell it was. I mean, I don't know if he ever would have got another shot like that again,
Wow.
which is crazy because he's only 35, but he's not. He's the big name, but he's not the hot guy anymore. You know, he became a pro back in 2009. He won his first Grand Slam in 2011. Won his second one a year later, 2012. Won his third one 2 years after that, 2014. So he's got 3 out of the 4 within his first 5 years as a professional. That's pretty awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
not everybody's Tiger Woods. So let's not use Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is Tiger Woods. But discounting that, that's pretty awesome. And it's been 11 years since he went into, you know, the final round of the Masters with the lead. And I mean, he did almost everything to choke it away. He got lucky that DeChambeau never challenged him outside of hole number 1, never challenged him. And the guy who did challenge him was 45 minutes ahead of him in playing time. So he didn't see it. He didn't feel it. You know what I mean? If he would have been playing with them and he finished strong, the crowd would have been like really cheering. He's not paying attention to a crowd that's a quarter of a mile away from him. You know what I'm saying? So he got lucky in that sense, but I don't want to take anything away from him. He could have choked this tournament away 3-4 times on Sunday, and he didn't. And when he really had to answer the bell by having to play that playoff against Justin Rhodes, and Justin was ready. You know, eye to Tiger. You when you see it, you know it. When Justin heard that, get ready, the playoff is about to start, and he's walking off the practice tee, he had eye of the Tiger face. He had it. He had it. But Rory, he said, not today.
Not today.
Not today. He did a Mutombo. No, 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 no. And congratulations, Rory McIlroy is only one of 6 guys to have won a career Grand Slam. One of 6.
Phil Mickelson, he one of them. Is Phil Mickelson one of them?
Phil Mickelson is not one of them. Not. That's how great this is. Now, Phil has more major wins because he won the Masters 3 times. He won the British Open. Well, it's called the Open now. Once, so that's 4, and he won the PGA, so that's 5. So he has 5 total Grand Slam wins, but he never won the U.S. Open.
Oh, okay. What about Arnold? Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer does not
Are you serious?
have a career grand. Yeah, you want me to read the names?
Yeah, you gotta read the names off.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tiger Woods is
There's only 6. Tiger Woods, yes, and Tiger Woods did it early.
Okay.
Jack Nicklaus also has it. Those are the 2 greatest golfers of all time. Gary Player, Ben Hogan, and Gene Sarazen, who I'm not familiar with. He's from a long, long time ago. But Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus,
you gotta be great.
Tiger Woods, and now Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, that means you're a legend.
Oh, you're
a legend.
You're there's legends, and then there's icons. He's going to go into that. He's next level, and he's also a very good Ryder Cup golfer. And now that this weight has been taken off of him, and he could like breathe, and now he could just play golf. The Open, the British Open, the Open this year, because all the Grand Slams, they move around, except for the Masters. The Masters is always in Augusta, Georgia. But this year, the Open is going to be in Northern Ireland.
Oh, that's his hometown, ain't it?
That's his backyard.
Oh, my goodness.
That's his backyard.
That's where he probably practiced at. So he probably know that course. Like, for real, know that course.
He probably knew that course before he was a pro.
Wow.
Yeah. Northern
Ireland. Is
Rory. So don't be surprised if he wins another Grand Slam this year. And it's the Open. Don't be surprised. Oh,
You know, you got
that's gonna be in
so,
the summer.
and
The
I don't even
open
watch golf, but you got me watch golf now, man, because you done broke this down so beautifully, right? That it actually seems fun. And I know how I scored. I do know the scoring because that's the main thing about golf. You gotta know for everybody that don't watch golf, man, it's about what the par, meaning that it took, if it's a par four, it took 4 hits to get into the hole. All right. And when Gil said it's a bogey, that means you hit it 5 times and it went over. So that means you're in the negative. It's not good. You know, okay.
right.
And if you eagled it was like you got any for what?
That's great.
That's super great, ain't it? The eagle.
Super great.
Yeah.
So golf 101, just reiterating what you say. If they say it takes 4 shots to get it from when you tee off to in the hole, that's called par, shooting par. If it takes you 5 shots, it's a bogey. Takes you 6 shots, that's a double bogey. Takes you 7 shots, that's a triple bogey. You get the
Yeah.
idea.
You're trash.
If it's a par 4 and you do it in 3,
Mhm.
that's a birdie.
Bird. Okay.
If you do it in 2, that's an eagle.
Okay.
And if you do it in 1, that's
You're
a
amazing.
hole in 1.
Or is it?
That's a hole in 1.
That's kind of hard to do though.
Well, the only legit, it's extremely hard to do on a par 4, but you will hear guys do it on a par 3.
Okay.
Because on a par 3, it's usually not a super far shot.
Mhm.
So when you hit with your driver, you're not using a driver, you're using an iron because it's not as far. So on your first shot, you usually can get it on the green. Okay. Not the fairway to then hit another shot to get it on the green.
Okay.
You usually can go from the tee shot to on the green. So then you just got to putt.
Okay.
Most people, a good putt is to take 2 shots to get it in the hole. That's the goal. Once you get on the green, you want it to be 2 shots to get it in the hole.
Got you.
If if you do it in 1, then it's a birdie. But on a par 3, because it's not super far, you can hit it and get it on the green, and maybe with a lucky bounce or roll, you get it right in the cup.
Oh,
It's not like it's too far that you can't do it. So that's 99% of the time. If you ever hear such and such got a hole in 1, they did it on a par 3. Where we normally take 3 shots, they did it in 1. It's very rare it's a par 4. Very rare. Because usually a par 4, you hit with your driver and it lands on the fairway, and then you hit with an iron to get it up on, it's another far shot to get it up onto the green.
Now when they
2-putt.
Now you know how they be like, oh, I want a 9, like I want to, like the drivers, right? They would say I want a 9, right? Or 9.
A driver is a 1, a 3, or a 5.
Okay, 1, 3, or 5. So what does it signify? Like the 1, 3, and the 5? Is it the weight of it or
the length?
Oh, okay.
The length. So a driver is longer, but the end of the club is hollow.
Okay.
Where your irons are much shorter, but they're metal.
Oh, okay.
And when a driver, you hit off the tee.
Okay, hit off the tee. Got you.
With your irons, you're hitting the grass. So you want to leave a divot in the grass.
Got you.
That's how you know you got under the ball. If this is the ball, you don't want to hit the side. You want to hit under. So like
you're scooping it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the driver, you smacking it.
A driver, it's the long ball.
Got you.
Yeah.
See now,
you just want to hit it straight. And by the way, for all those people that don't watch golf, they're saying the segment's kind of boring and I'm not into watching golf. If you played golf once, and don't mention miniature golf, I said golf. If you played regular golf, you could just do 9 holes. If you played it once and you hit like 2 good shots, just two, and you know that feeling of hitting a good shot, you're going to want to watch these guys on TV. Because when you're shooting 130 for 18 holes and you see them shooting a 66,
yeah,
you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Golf, I've said this before. I am not an athlete. I never was, but I played a lot of sports and I was better in some than others. Consistently, I played basketball, football, not hockey, tennis,
I like tennis.
bowling. I'm not going to say baseball, but softball, wiffle ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
I played, a little bit of soccer, right? Just to stay active. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the worst. I was kind of right there. Golf by a mile, the hardest sport. I played golf when I was in really good shape in high school, hardest sport. Played golf after I couldn't play anything else but bowling, hardest sport. And there's no defense. It's just you and the ball that doesn't move. How crazy is that?
Yeah, if a person doesn't acknowledge that golf is a hard sport, then they're crazy. Like for real. You know,
There's a reason why when Jordan retired
mm-hmm.
and before LeBron was the king, that gap in there, the number one athlete in the world was Tiger Woods.
He was.
That's golf.
Yeah.
But he was so good at golf. He was most definitely. Let's put it this way: you want to be real.
We're real.
Then in that gap between Jordan and LeBron, Tiger was the number one athlete in the world, and you know who was number two? Now it turned out the dude was a cheater.
He's a cheater.
Cheater.
If he cheat, Barry Bonds?
No, not a major sport. Niche.
Oh, not major.
Niche sport. Golf is a niche sport. A lot of people play it, but it's a niche sport. This is not a major. But this guy was number two athlete in the world for a handful of years. At least 5 years.
Who?
Lance Armstrong.
Oh, Lance Armstrong. He was. Yup, he sure was.
Bicyclist.
Yup.
So think a golfer and a bicyclist, 1 and 2 in the world.
Yeah.
And no doubt. I mean, I think Lance won 6 or 7 Tour de France's.
Man, for people that don't know what the Tour de France, how hard and grueling that course is, you really don't know. If you talking about, just ride your bike down. Try to ride your bike. I'm talking about a mountain bike up a mountain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They went on mountains, man.
Every day. You're doing like 20 something. I don't even know how many miles. You're doing a lot of miles every day.
That's a lot.
For like 3 weeks.
That's a lot. And they coming down them hills, getting it down them hills.
And it's narrow, and they're turning, and they got to avoid the crowd, and they're racing another guy.
Yeah, that's really serious.
Stage after stage. Oh, it's brutal. Now he cheated, but we also know a lot of those guys cheated. So it's like the baseball thing. Barry Bonds cheated, but a lot of other guys cheated. He was just the one that did the best with the cheating. Yeah. He did the best. He beat the other cheaters, Sosa and McGuire.
He definitely did.
And they were definite cheaters.
Oh man, look, that dude looked like he was juiced.
His
McGuire,
head was
man. Him and Sammy was juiced. They look juiced, man. I'm like, man, them some big baseball players, man. Those husky, man.
There were some guys that juiced that didn't even look like they juiced. So if you looked like you juiced, you were juicing.
Yeah, he was juicing.
You know, Andy Pennant was juicing.
Was he?
He learned. Yeah, he got caught. Andy Pennant.
Wow.
He was juicing when he was in Houston playing with Roger Clemens, who was juicing.
Yeah. I mean, you had to have an edge, man. You're going against these great batters. You got to get some kind of edge.
It's like anything else. If you're competing and the people who are beating you that you feel you're better than, but they are taking a little extra and everybody kind of knows about it, but they're looking the other way. If you're a competitor, you're like, I cannot.
Yeah.
All these bodybuilding events, they're all juicing. All these strongmen events, they're all juicing.
Right.
They're all juicing. It's just what are they? It's not. People think old school. Oh, juicing. He's talking about steroids. Right. It might not be a steroid. It might not be a steroid. Yeah. It might be some kind of cream or gummy that you take. It's just a performance enhancer. that's beyond what, what bubble gum would do.
Right.
They pop a lot of bubble gum in their mouth. You get that sugar high. Oh, I'm ready to bat. You know what I mean? But it's beyond that. If it's not legal, then you're taking something. A lot of these guys, they take something from another country, and then they take something here to mask what they're taking. So then they fail the drug test here. That's the thing that's masking what they're actually really juicing with. That's what a lot of them are doing. A lot of these baseball players get caught taking female, I don't want to say growth hormones, but medication that women take to get pregnant.
Okay.
Men they are taking that to mask what they really are taking to get that edge.
Okay.
That they're getting from somewhere in Europe in a box.
Got you. So
it ain't no needle and syringe.
So they're cheating the system. Trying to beat the system.
And the golden rule is that the cheating drug is 2 years ahead of the drug testing. So when the drug testing catches up to this, that was 2 years ago, bro. They're onto something else.
Yeah.
That's how they always stay ahead.
It
is what it is. I don't know how we got to talking about that, but just to end with Roy McIlroy, congratulations, Masters winner, and he's got to be the favorite going into the Open, which will be this summer. So good for him. Oh, and one more thing, and I wanted to just mention this: Justin Rhodes, who came in second. Justin Rhodes pulled a Wayne Gretzky. How I like Wayne Gretzky. When he lost, he couldn't have been more class.
That's what's happening, man.
He couldn't have been more. He was cheering. He gave Rory a big, genuine hug. You gotta understand, Justin Rhodes, he has one U.S. Open under his belt. He won in 2013. He beat Phil Mickelson, which Phil Mickelson has never won a U.S. Open. That was his closest. But and that was the one that was in Pennsylvania. But he has not won a major before or since. So losing in that playoff, competitor, that guts you. He was so happy for Rory. Big ups to Justin Rhodes. Big ups to him. First class. Congratulations. That's why golf, one of the reasons that golf is talked about as the gentleman's sport.
Indeed.
That's why they take their own score. They root for the other guy.
These guys are
killers. They're killers. People didn't like Tiger because he wouldn't socialize, and when he lost it, he wore it on his face and stuff like that. These guys are killers. But some guys, you know what? When you're brought up right, and you're a genuine good person, it's gonna come out. When you're a jerk, it comes out. When you're a good person, it comes out. So congratulations to both of those guys.
Before we move on, I got one last question concerning golf. The caddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you pick the right caddy, you got to have the right caddy kind of along with you, because I noticed that the first dude that they'll congratulate is the caddy, because and they're always leaning to the caddy, asking certain stuff, right? You're the master, but why do you lean on the caddy so much? Do they have a special knowledge, and why couldn't they been the golfer, the caddies?
Well, a caddy is probably a very good golfer, but there's levels to everything. Someone who teaches you golf when you do golf lessons, they're great, and they're shooting in the 70s. But you would not be a professional if you shot in the 70s. You got to consistently shoot in the 60s. You've got to shave 8 strokes off of that, which is very hard to do when you're already good. So a caddy is probably a good golfer. What a caddy is to a professional is he's like the assistant coach.
Okay.
He's not the main coach that's telling you what to do. He's like making suggestions, and he's saying, here's what the green looks like, because those greens that they're on, they're not flat. They're not. When you see them walking around a hole, and they're looking down at the ground, they're trying to see how level the ground is, and it's never flat. Never. So you want to see when you hit the ball, if it's gonna hook left, if it's gonna go right, is it gonna go downhill, is it gonna go uphill?
That's what they be looking for.
That's
Okay.
what they're looking for. So the caddy is looking as well. So then they come together and they're like, I see it breaking this way. And it's like, yeah, I see it the same way. Or when you're hitting an iron, it's like, the trees are here. You don't want as much height as you want distance. So I'm suggesting this club. I'm
Okay.
suggesting a 6 instead of a 7. And then, he thinks about it and he's like, I agree, or no, I think I want to go over this tree. I want the height. It's always the golfer's call,
Got you.
but the caddy will recommend, and this is how I see it.
Okay.
More often than not, they see things the same way, but not always with everything. And sometimes when you're losing, you got to go for it. And a caddy may say, play conservative, hit it low, do it on 2 shots, get out of the rough area to the open field, and then hit a regular shot. So it takes you 2 shots. Where the golfer's like, listen, I'm down 3, I'm running out of holes. I need to do this in 1 shot. I'm going over the tree. You know what I'm saying?
Got
So
you.
that's when they kind of disagree. The caddy does not feel the pressure that obviously the golfer does. An assistant coach on a bench isn't feeling the pressure.
Okay,
And
cool.
in the fourth quarter, the player that's on the court are feeling. That's the comparison that I would say. So anytime you want to go golfing, let me know.
Yes, sir. I definitely want to try it. My hand at it, man. And I ain't
I
talking about
got I
top
got
golf.
my own clubs. They're good. I'm not good, so you might beat me. You never know.
Uh, I'm
You
looking
never
forward
know.
to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Oh man, so
Let's do some basketball.
man, we finally know who's playing. I know last week I tried to quickly give y'all some type of information, but the bottom half of the equation was still a mystery, so I couldn't give y'all false information. I didn't know who the playing teams were going to be. Now it's set in stone. We know the playing games. We know who got the top seeds. We know the middle. Okay, so now we can finally bring y'all our insight on how we think this is going to play out. And yes, indeed, the playoff picture is here. We're going to talk about it now, man. I'm going to bring up the whole bracket for you so you can see real quick, Gilly. So, boom. Here you got on the West Coast, you got the Kings playing the Mavericks, man. And you got the Bulls playing the Heat for that first playing game. Who you got in that let's go East Coast first. Who you got in the Bulls in the Heat?
I'm going to say the Bulls.
I'm in agreement with you.
Well, it seems like they've caught some fire the last
I
couple.
agree.
So
Yeah,
normally I would say Miami, but there's no Butler there anymore. Yeah, I'm going to say the Bulls.
yeah, I'm in total agreement with you. I think they're the hotter team coming in. They seem to click more. Josh Giddey look like he found a home. They got some pieces. Kobe White, Voyachek, is he still there? Yeah, he's still there.
He is still there.
Voyachek's still there. And like I said, Miami, you got Tyler Hero. They don't play Duncan Robinson as they should. I feel sorry for Wiggins that he had to go to Miami. I really feel sorry for that guy. But yeah, I got Chicago coming out and winning that game. So they'll be the 9th or 10th, whatever. They'll play the 8th and 7th seed, right? And in the West Coast, you got the Kings in Dallas. I don't know how to call that game. I really don't. You got.
I'm going with Dallas.
You going Dallas?
I'm going with Dallas.
Ooh. Wait. Anthony Davis and who else on the team? Spencer Dunwoody. Because you still got DeMar Rosen, Zach LaVine,
on Sacramento. Yep.
Sabonis.
Yep. I kind of just feel like Dallas was put out to pasture after the trade, and I'm not so fast. Not so fast. I'm taking Dallas with the upset.
I have no feel for this game at all. So I'll probably go with the home team. The home team is going to be Dallas. So
Well, right now Dallas is the 10th seed.
Harden.
Yeah, Sacramento's the 9th.
So they had Sacramento home field. Davis going to have to play dominant ball.
Yeah, but
Jason
if
Kidd's a
he's
better
if
coach.
he's healthy and he
I'm going
plays,
with
he's the best
coaching.
player on the court.
I'm going with coaching. I think Jason Kidd's a better coach. So I'm gonna go with Dallas off for coaching. I think that Jason Kidd is a better coach. So yeah, give me Dallas.
Wow, I thought you were going to take Sacramento.
Nah, because of coaching. And then if they have some pieces come back, they're more of a defensive minded team.
Okay, well, we're in agreement.
So you got Golden State against Memphis and Orlando and Atlanta. As you already told me, Orlando's blowing Atlanta out right now.
Yeah, it's probably over now.
Yeah. So Atlanta more likely is going to have to play the winner of Chicago and them. So I got Atlanta playing Chicago. Man, Atlanta got some pieces though.
I like Chicago then.
They young. I know Chicago young, but Atlanta. But then Chicago, I go to Atlanta and play Atlanta in Atlanta because Atlanta will be the home field. So I'm going to give slight edge Atlanta. I think Atlanta be the AFC, and they'll be playing Cleveland. So I can see that Cleveland, Atlanta. But man, I would like to see the Bulls better though. That'd be a better series in my opinion. The Bulls against Cleveland.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I want the Bulls to win, but I think Atlanta's going to edge them. I think Trey going to have a good game. So I got Atlanta winning, and they're playing Cleveland.
I'm gonna stick with Chicago.
Okay, you got Chicago. Okay, and then Sacramento against Memphis. Man, that's a good game. That's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna get it as the Golden State. I give it to Golden State. I think that trifecta, him, Draymond. They got Jimmy Butler, then Jonathan Kuminga. This got a better, and it's Steph. I can't go against Steph. Yes, John Morant is exciting. He definitely is.
Is
Bane.
he playing? Because he hasn't played the last couple games.
I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna play for the playoffs.
I mean, there's something wrong with him. I didn't really hear anything, but I saw him in street.
Let's say we're resting him. Let's say we're resting him. I definitely like Golden State. So that means Memphis will be playing, in my opinion, if they play Dallas, I gotta go Memphis. They'll beat Dallas. They'll beat Dallas.
I agree.
Yeah, they'll beat Dallas. Yeah.
I think Golden State beats Memphis, and I think Memphis beats Dallas.
All right, so then we got them. So then if that's the case, then the winner of them plays. Wow. So the AFC will be Memphis playing OKC. I'm not picking no Memphis on no OKC. I can tell you that right now. OKC is one of my probably one squads I got going all the way to the final.
Did you see how many games they won this year?
Yeah, they smoked the league.
68 games.
Yes, they almost four. They would have matched Chicago 72-10 team. Man, you got the
5. They would have
beat it. No, because Golden State had one that year and they lost the finals. They lost the finals.
But they have the regular season.
Yep, they do. Shy's going to win the MVP. It's between him and Joker. Joker definitely deserved it, but they're going to give it to SGA. He's been consistent. They have a young team, a really good team. They're going to be hard to beat. And then I look at them like I looked at Boston the year prior when they lost Golden State. You get that close, and you taste that feeling don't leave you, and that's why I knew that Boston had the edge coming into the following year because they were to lose on your home floor the way they lost, and they didn't lose nobody, and they gained the asset when they gained Drew and Porzingis. It was all Jason Tatum needed, him and Brown, and Brown stepped up tremendously. So I feel OKC is in that same boat. You know, when they lost that series, it was Dallas that beat them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Dallas,
Yeah.
which eventually went to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad
Thank you.
taste.
Yeah.
And then it's just a crap show in Memphis, man. They let you know, it's Murray got to grow up, man. But now you went from the gun to the throw the grenade.
With the gun?
Now you threw the grenade. Now they don't want to do the gun. It's the grenade. Why are you so violent, bro? Like you ball. You play basketball, bro. You play a beautiful sport. You get paid a lot of money to do it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
And there's nothing about him that comes off as like street tough guy to me.
No.
Not to me. I mean, there were guys in the league who legit look like tough guys. Charles Oakley, Larry Johnson.
Man, you a country boy, man. You a country boy, man. You was, come on, man. Your dad did, and then your dad got to stop doing that too, man. You living your life through your son. I get that part. It's a great accomplishment. You got your son to the league, but you got to fall back, man. You're doing way too much stuff, man, at these games, man. Way too much stuff. So I can't even fault him too much because his dad got an identity problem. You feel me? His dad got to grow up. So it's hard to kind of check you when your dad feel like, you know, it's like, come on, man. Like this the part I'll be like not like it, man. It's like and not take away from his talent. He's a talent. He's definitely a talent. It's very hard to play at that the way he plays. We done seen this happen too many times. That aggressive, and he's not a big guy. It don't equate for longevity. Only person I know that was that small and that tough, but was tough and loved the game was Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson. You can say what you want to say about the guy. Like, yay, party, yay, have fun. But what we talk about Allen Iverson? His lifestyle? He was brash. Yeah, but he came drop 50 on you too. He on that court, unstoppable. Tough as nails. No guns, none of that crap. Right?
I watched AI's entire career. So
yes, sir.
You are preaching to the preacher. By the way, OKC, they won the West. Houston came in second. You know by how many games?
Was it 14?
16.
Not even close.
Oh my gosh.
Not even close. Well, Cleveland had a nice little run on the East too, though.
Well, they're the number one seed in the West, in the East. Yeah. I don't think they're the team to beat, but I think they're
no, I don't either. So I do got Cleveland beating. I got Atlanta coming out, so I say I see them beating Atlanta. And I know you got them playing Chicago. Do you still see them beating Chicago though?
I think that's a good series.
I do too.
But yes, I see Cleveland winning.
Okay.
But I could see that series being like 2-2 after 4 games.
I can see it being a tight one. I definitely don't see no sweep. Not there. I just don't. I think that Chicago got some talent, man. No boys going to come play, and Chicago is going to be rocking because it's playoff basketball. You know, all right. So you got the Houston will be playing Golden State. That's going to be a good series, bro. In Boston, we playing the 7th seed. So Boston be playing let me look at this one more time. Oh, Orlando. Ooh. Orlando's not beating Boston. I can tell you that right now. They got a good team, though. Don't get it. They really got a good team, but they're not beating Boston. They're not beating Boston. Boston probably being 4-1. I give them one game. So I'm saying Boston win 4 games to 1. Okay. Then on the West, I don't Golden State good. Man, Houston young. They got a good coach. Steve Kerr's a good coach. I don't know. That series is going to be interesting, bro. I might actually go with the veterans, man. I might be going with Golden State in that one, man. You going with talent, ain't you? You going with talent, ain't you?
Ooh, that is tough.
It's tough. Because Houston,
because Golden State is the known commodity.
Yeah.
So it's like you just tend to want to pick Golden State because they're Golden State. But Houston is the 2 seed.
They are. They got some ballers, man. You got Jalen Green. They got the Amon Thompson. They got some pieces. They got a good coach. Definitely.
I'm gonna say Golden State because Golden State, those guys know how to win in the playoffs, and I don't know Houston knows
Yeah,
how to win yet.
yeah. That's why I was leaning to.
Regular season and playoff ball against former
Yeah.
champions with an S.
You know who it reminds me of? It reminds me of Golden State playing Sacramento. When
Right.
Sacramento had Fox, they had the talent, they had the guns, but then once again they were young in the playoffs, and that's when the Golden State and Golden State didn't even have the team they got now and was able to pull it off. So I think that team got better with Butler because you one thing you say about Jimmy Butler, he's a closer. Steph's a closer. Draymond's going to bring you that fire. That's a lot of pieces, man, to get around. And then you still got Steve Kerr is a great coach. So I got Golden State coming out that series, and I got Boston. And let me see. You got the 4 and the 5. You got Knicks in Detroit, and you got the Lakers in Minnesota. I'm telling you right now, bro, I'm actually liking the Lakers against Minnesota. I'm liking the Lakers, though.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
it's just going to be a tough out between Luka and you gave a franchise player away, Dallas. You crazy, man. And the King don't got to have the ball. The King can play off the ball because Luka is a true point guard. Oh, man. I'm sorry that you had a matchup against them, Minnesota, because I think Anthony Edwards is a great talent, but I just don't think they have enough in order to be able to get with LA. So I got LA winning that one. And my Knicks against Detroit is going to be a rough one, bro. It's going to be a rough one. They got talent down there in Detroit, man. But I ain't going against my Knicks. So I'm going to say my Knicks going to win in 7.
That sounds about right. Detroit's good this year, man.
Yeah.
And congratulations to them being
Oh, for
relevant
sure.
because last year they were awful.
The worst team in the
We were
NBA.
talking about them, and they were hellaciously bad. And
I
they've
think
been
they
good all
lost
year.
the first 30-some games, did they? It was like bad. Like bad.
Yeah, we were talking about right
Him to
here.
come in there in a year, turn it around when you the 6th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you did a heck of a job, man.
Heck of a job.
Congratulations. But I think it's the same similar situation what we just talked about with Houston. You know, yes, you're a nice seeding, but I just think it's going to be because we've been there. Nick's been there,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Cat, for better or worse, he been coming in there and giving us what we wanted. So he's giving us what we wanted. You know, I can't say nothing about the guy. I thought it was not a good trade for us, but I'm actually looking like it's a good trade, a great trade for us. And Brunson is going to be Brunson. The Villanova guys are going to be Villanova guys, you know. So I like us. I like us in 7. I think we can win that series 7.
I am in agreement there. I think 6 or 7.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
win that series, man. But it's going to be a fun series to watch. I promise it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. And what we got here? We got the Denver Nuggets against the Clippers. Oof. And Pacers and the Bucks. Oh man, this 4 and 5 for a reason.
Pacers.
Yeah, Giannis is going to be too much. And I know you got Kyle Kuzma. Now, if Dame was there, I would have took Milwaukee.
I would have too, but he ain't going to be there.
He ain't going to be there. And I just think that boy Tyrese Halliburton, that's his team. And they got some pieces. And they going to run the scoreboard up. So they definitely going to score. Yeah, I got the Pacers. I got the Pacers actually winning in 6, believe it or not. I got them winning 6. Yeah, because Giannis too much on Giannis. It's going to be way too. Giannis going to give you his 30 and maybe 40, but outside of him, who's going to be give you some points of production?
No one consistently. So, yep, we see that the same. I'll tell you, man, Denver and the Clippers.
It's going to be hard one to call.
Oh,
it's a hard one to call for me, bro.
I kind of feel like Clippers are going to win.
I do too. I hate going against the Joker because I think the Joker is a game changer. But a healthy Kawhi Leonard and all them pieces they got without Malone as the coach, I would have took Malone was there. I'm taking Denver all day. It's uncertainty at the coach's position. And I just don't think that you come to the playoffs with the moves they did and expect to go far. So I got the Clippers barely winning that series, but I got the Clippers. right?
I also have the Clippers. But that's the best. That's the best first round series.
Oh, it is by far. That both them games to me, I believe is going to be like the games because Indiana, I just think they got a nice squad to run with. They really do. Are they going to be the team to come out? No.
No.
I still got Beantown coming out.
So,
I really do.
but we don't have to do every
Now
matchup.
we ain't gonna do our matchups, but we cool. I ain't gonna go there. But this is for the first
First
couple
round.
rounds. Yeah. So once see how our picks are, man. You can follow if y'all some gambling betting people, man. You might want to put some money on these games. I'm trying to tell you, you know some stuff.
All right. So I'm not going to stay with the NFL real long, but
Yes, sir.
as we talked about prior to recording, the draft is about two teams right now. It's about the Giants and the Saints. And the Saints are only going to be relevant compared to what the Giants do.
It's a fact.
So, we think we know who's going 1 and 2. We thought we knew who was going 3, but now the Giants are bringing in 3 quarterbacks this week, and one of them is going to be Shador Sanders.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you bring these guys in if you are 100% sure you know who you're taking. We've all done mock drafts. The teams that are picking, they got their big boards already set. They've done more than one mock draft already where they're not doing their due diligence. So for them to be bringing in 3 quarterbacks
Just late.
this late,
Yeah.
a week before the draft, that tells me that they could be persuaded. They could be persuaded. There would be no reason to do that. This isn't gamesmanship. You're not doing this to try and throw somebody off. You're not wasting people's time to bring in 3 quarterbacks unless you think, one of these guys, either we get them at 3 or we move up into the first round to get
Indeed.
a guy, or we're hoping that this guy is here when we're picking second pick, in the second round. But the thing is always you see a guy you identify that you want, you go get him.
Yeah.
Even the second pick, you never know what's going to happen. Cleveland has the first pick in the second round. Cleveland also could use a quarterback.
They definitely could.
So are they going to sit there and wait, or are they going to say, you know what, I'm going to move up? You and I talked about this scenario. What if they go to 20?
Yeah.
Going from the 33rd pick to the 20th pick will not cost them a first rounder. It'll cost them like a third and a fifth to do that if they choose to do that. So,
and then like you said, if depending on the quarterback situation, if they draft, if like you said, the Giants, depending on that is going to be the domino effect.
yes,
Because if they decide, I mean, they got a lot of leverage. Some teams could be aggressive, maybe come up for a trade, and get a lot of compensation. Because if you got the right team is talking the right compensation, they might get the pick away. Do you go with the best player on the board? Because you did bring Russell Wilson in, and you got Jameis Winston as a backup. Do you go for the best on the board, right? You have to win now mentality, right? And if that isn't the case, the Saints got to get a quarterback because of Derek Carr's situation. You don't have a backup. Your backups are not good, okay? So you got to pretty much.
Who's their backup? Spencer Rattler?
It was Rattler. He's trash. He's trash. Oh my God, he's trash. And then the other guy, I was mad because he lost me money. Rattler lost me money that time because dumb behind Atlanta wanted to let them boys score. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. But anyway, I'm not gonna go there.
Speaking of Atlanta, what are they gonna do with Kirk Cousins?
Now we talked about this off camera, right? And we said being the fact that you still need that backup. The way the league is. And if Penix, say he get in there and get banged up or he struggles, you still want the option,
That is true, but do you want that option to be $100 million option?
Who gonna pick up the contract? That's the problem. You can't dump the contract. I'm sure. I know some teams that need a veteran quarterback. I'm surprised some of these teams haven't been aggressive and try to go get him.
Cleveland just signed Joe Flacco back. So
I would have wanted to got me Kirk Cousins before I got Joe Flacco. I ain't gonna lie.
I might have got me Carson Wentz.
Man, Lizada called Cam Newton to come off this podcast and come play some football for me, man.
Nah.
He said, Cam said he could play.
He's a distraction.
Cam Newton said he still could play.
I'm sure he could still throw a football. That's the last thing to go. But he's been out of the league for a couple of years now. Yeah. He would be a backup. He would be a distraction.
Yeah, he'd definitely be a distraction.
So, yeah. So Giants, Saints. We got our mock draft 1 week from today.
Y'all got to tune in.
Alternating picks. Larry, you have the first pick. You will be the odds. So you'll be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I'll be the evens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And because I'm a nice guy, like a Justin Rose, even though the 12th pick will be my pick, I will ask you what you would do, and that will be who I will choose.
That's my Cowboys. Y'all know who that is.
I'll give recommendations. Be like, you need to fill A, B, and C, and here are the guys. And I might lean towards doing this, but what would you do if it was your pick?
If y'all know, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and he's referring to Dallas when he's saying this, okay? Yeah. And if y'all, the new subscribers and people that following, subscribing to our channel, if you would have followed us last year, we were spot on. When I say we were spot on with our picks, only thing that threw off everybody's picks was the Atlanta pick, because nobody saw Atlanta drafting a quarterback when you just paid Kirk Cousins all this money to be a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of threw everything in whack. But prior to that, we was money.
You put our draft
up
against Field Yates and Mel Kiper Jr., Daniel Jeremiah, and Todd McShay, all those big name guys that do it for a living. Ours was better.
It was
better than
I'm telling you.
And where we missed a little bit, we got the position right, just not the player. We killed it last year. Man, killed it.
I'm confident we're gonna kill it this year. So y'all need to be paying attention, because next week we're not playing no games. We're gonna give you a head notice what's gonna go down.
That's right.
I promise you. Watch. Mm-hmm. When you watch the draft, because it's gonna be next week, you're gonna be like, man, Gil and Larry were right.
Again.
And we want your comments. Let us know. And we was wrong. We want to know your comments. Look, y'all, it's cool to comment. We okay. We can take it. We got thick skin.
Yep.
We're grizzly bears over here, okay?
Yeah, we're from Jersey. Jersey. Okay. All right. Rapid fire. Yes, WWE WrestleMania this weekend. WrestleMania 41. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, man. It's been building up too long. Hey.
Now, I'm not into it as much as I was last year, but it is still WrestleMania, and I'm still gonna watch. And by the way, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it live. I will watch it this weekend. Don't spoil it for me. Don't pull a Royal Rumble like you did.
I did. I got you.
Don't do it.
I got you. I won't do it.
Don't do it. So
I'm there. I'm lock and loaded. I'm gonna be there. I'm watching. I'm lock and loaded.
I got the big matches. I don't have all the matches. I got the big ones. You just tell me what you think and who will win.
Okay.
We got about 3 minutes to do this.
Let's get it.
The Saturday night headliners, the triple threat match, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. How do you see it?
Head of the table, Seth Rollins. Shoot.
That is the main event for night one.
It's going to be messy, man. It's going to be messy, but I got CM Punk winning.
CM Punk. You know what? Most people are going to say CM Punk or Roman Reigns.
You're going to say
Seth. Go right down the middle. I'm going to say Seth Rollins. And I think there's going to be something that happens in this match. Like there'll be some kind of outside interference. Maybe the return of Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that'd be a nice one.
All right.
Okay.
Heavyweight championship. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Are you going to be yeeting? Or is it going to be the Drenadal?
I feel Kaiser gonna try to come in and mess it up. I could see Kaiser try to come in. I could see Jimmy Thornton that effort. Jay gonna win. Jay gonna win.
Ooh, I don't think Gunther loses back-to-back WrestleManias. He lost his Intercontinental last year.
Or the
I'm
Brock
gonna say the Ring General Gunther is gonna win. WWE Women's Championship: Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Ooh-wee. Future. I got Charlotte.
Fortunately, have Charlotte. I'm been
Yeah,
a little bit.
I want Tiffany to win, but I got Charlotte.
I'll be rooting hard for Tiffany,
Me
but
too.
Charlotte.
I really do. But I got
And
Charlotte.
the last big one on Saturday is the United States Championship. L.A. Knight, yeah, versus Jacob Fatu.
Man, I like Jacob Fatu. I like the Wolverine.
Fatu times 10.
I like the Wolverine.
Jacob Fatu. For me.
I like Jacob Fatu, man. He's the future, man. Yeah, give me Jacob Fatu. He's the future.
Haku's son. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he get to get that main what? He get to get that spotlight in WrestleMania? Man, go ahead, bro. I'm for the Wolverine, man. I just like he's one of my favorite wrestlers. So yeah.
All right, Sunday. There's only two big ones in my opinion that really matter. The undisputed WWE Championship, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus the guy that you can finally see now, John Cena.
Man, come on, man. Cody ain't losing that match. Unless the big boss got something to do with it. Oh, man, bro, I come down there, the big boss. But now Cody's time, man. I got Cody Rhodes winning.
I'm going to agree. I say Cody Rhodes, but you could talk me into John Cena. And the last one, the triple threat match, WWE Women's World Championship, Io Sky, who is the champ, who we kind of forgot about.
Yeah.
Versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
That one is the hardest one for me to call, bro. I was going to say Bianca, but I can't even say that now. They booing her and it's getting crazy. It'd be fun if Io kept it, but, she's not good on the mic, so it'll probably be Rhea. I got Io. I don't know why I don't know why I'm leaning towards Io Sky though.
Then
but I know
pick her.
No, I'm going Rhea.
I'm gonna go Rhea too. I am also gonna go Rhea, but it could be one of these things that the storyline carries over to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And Rhea wins and has to either take on Bianca or Io Sky. I got a feeling Bianca might turn heel.
Yeah.
I got a feeling she's been booked a lot the last month.
If you've been noticing, man, with the crowd reaction, they're smart. These guys in the back, they're very smart. So they're going to put her in a position to capitalize on this momentum. Might as well.
Maybe Bianca hangs out with Naomi and they get rid of Jade Cargill. I don't know. So, okay. So that was our show. One other thing I want to mention is also tune in to our guy, Matt Shackelford. He's got his show on Mondays. It's Matt's Monday Review. He's got his second one up, so check it out. Yes. It's exclusively on our channel, the Box Office Buzz 302 channel. I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. Tune in next week while we do our mock draft. It's the big one, the whole first round. So tune in to that. Yes. You can catch us on YouTube and Spotify. Check out us on social media, on X and Facebook. Remember, it's the Box Office Buzz 302 channel. For my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Rosari. Check you next week, and we are going to mock out with our mock out.
You already know. Good.
Get to
partner.